I just wanted to say a special thank you to our friends at Wade Studio for letting us use their beautiful space here. If you're in the Toronto area, you should definitely check them out at wadestudio.ca. Hello, my name is Leah. Thanks for joining today's session. Today we are going to be doing a 10-minute Hatha Yoga. I would like us to keep in mind the theme of forgiveness today. So that could be forgiving others for things that have happened in the past or in the present, or maybe it's internal self-forgiveness. Sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves if we don't live up to expectations or standards, and the more gentle and kind we are with ourselves, the better that we can be. So show yourself some love and self-compassion during today's practice. We can use this theme in our physical asana today. Let's say you're not able to fully get into a certain pose the way you might normally, or you're feeling like you're just not doing as good of a job as you normally might. Forgive yourself and show yourself that love and kindness for wherever you're at today. Let's start in a kneeling position. So you can face the long side of your mat, the short side of your mat, whatever you're at right now, and just sit down on your knees. If this is uncomfortable, you can place a block or a blanket underneath your bottom, and it'll help with any pressure that might be on your ankles or the tops of your feet. And you can just place your hands on top of your knees and just start to deepen your breath and start to get present as we prepare for the next 10 minutes of practice. Start to inhale and exhale through your nose. And let's do some neck stretches. So drop your head down and do some circles, maybe clockwise to start. And then switch the direction. From here, let's come to a child's pose. So sit down, your hips down on your feet, extend your arms out straight, and lower your forehead to the ground. And just sink deep into this child's pose. You can place your hands underneath your forehead for some added support if you'd like, or just keep your arms out straight. Deep inhale and exhale. Crawl your fingers over to the right side, maybe off of your mat, and get a nice long stretch through the left side body. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, crawl your fingers over to the left side, stretching your right side body. Come back to center. Inhale, come up through tabletop. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. As the first downward dog of the session, do a little pedal out here of your heels and hips, just to get situated into this first active relaxation pose. Fingertips are spread wide. Weight is distributed evenly amongst all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, bring your hips low, come to a high plank position. And on your exhale, lower everything to touch the ground at the same time. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders, and on your inhale, lift your chest up, look up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower all the way down. On our next inhale, we're going to work our way into Sphinx pose. So bring your palms down to touch in front of you, forearms on the ground. We're keeping our legs long tops of our feet pressed against the ground. You can grab a hold onto either elbow to make sure that your arms are a correct distance apart. Your elbows should just be a little bit in front of your shoulders here, and we're going to lift our chest up. This is Sphinx pose. Shine your chest forward, take your gaze up. You'll feel this, a slight compression in your lower back. Try and really lift from your mid-body to avoid too much compression there. Exhale, lower down. On your inhale, lift up through tabletop and sit back down into child's pose to reverse our back bend we just did. All right, come up through table and let's come to a standing position, mountain pose. So you can walk to the front of your mat here. In mountain, we're just standing with our feet hips width distance apart. And we're gonna sit back into a chair. So inhale, arms reach up overhead, hands parallel, and then sit into your imaginary chair. We wanna be able to see the tops of our toes past our knees, so we're not having our shins over top of our ankles. They're not behind either. It's like a deep squat. Our chest is forward, our gaze is up. Challenge yourself to go a little inch deeper. Hold. Exhale, come to stand. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, look up. Exhale, sweep your hands down, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step all the way back into a plank. Hips raise up to downward dog. Catch your breath here. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg swings up and back behind you. Exhale, step in between your hands, lift all the way up to high plank, all 10 toes facing forward. Check your front knee, make sure it's not tracking too inward or outward. Spread your feet a bit if you're feeling unbalanced, like train tracks rather than a balance beam. Exhale, lower your hands down to the earth, step your foot back and go through your vinyasa. So lower all the way down. Cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up, downward dog.
Next. And half.
Inhale, left leg swings up and back behind you. Exhale, sweep your leg through, step in between your palms, raise everything up, high lunge. Check your alignment. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, and this time step your back foot up to meet your front at the top of your mat. You can just hang in this forward fold here for a moment. And when you're ready, bring your butt down to the ground and take a seat. You can extend your legs long in front of you. And then slowly lower all the way onto your back for Savasana. Arms lay down by your side. Feet can just fall open where they are comfortably. And just start to catch your breath. Tighten. Start to deepen your breath again. Maybe roll over onto one side and gently push yourself back up to a seated position. Take note of how you felt during this class today, and if you owe yourself a little forgiveness or someone else, and take the time for yourself and showing up in a way that you might not have before. So thanks for joining today, and we'll see you next time.